Hey guys, it's Megan and we are on the letter S. So I will talk about some baby names that begin with the letter S. I can't believe I'm already on S, can you? So yeah, S is such a great letter. There are so many good names, particularly I think for girls or women that begin with the letter S. And the number one name for girls in the country right now begins with an S. And if you don't already know, you can probably guess that is Sophia. And Sophia has really just been super popular these past few years. And like I said last year, it was the number one name for 2012 here in the United States. So just clarify that. And I think Sophie is such an adorable nickname. I actually think I prefer Sophie to Sophia. And I know lots of little Sophies and Sophias right now. I can definitely tell that it's the most popular name. So here are 10 of my favorite names for girls that begin with the letter S. 10 to 1. Number 10 is Saskia. Saskia is a Dutch name. It means knife. It's very uncommon, not in the top 1,000 here. I think it sounds really sassy and spunky and fresh and kind of like a princess name. Number 9 is Sonora. Sonora is a place name, and I really only like it because of a movie I watched when I was a little child called Wild Hearts Can't Be Broken, about a diving girl, and her name was Sonora, and I thought that was so cool and interesting. I could never see myself using it, but I do secretly have a little passion for it. Number 8 is Sabrina. Sabrina is Celtic and it's a mythological name, and it is number 275. It reminds me of the Audrey Hepburn movie. It also reminds me of Sabrina the Teenage Witch, the old TV show. Number 7 is Seraphina. Seraphina is just so pretty to say. It's another name that sounds kind of like a princess to me. I think it's a really nice way to honor someone if named Sarah, if you have a Sarah that you like. It's Hebrew. It means ardent and fiery. Number 6 is Sloane. Sloane is Irish. It means raider. It's number 480 in popularity. Sloane, I know that there was someone on Entourage. I never watched that show with this name. I always think of Sloane Peterson from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, which is a movie I have watched way too many times to count. Number 5 is Samara. Samara is Hebrew. It means under God's rule. It's number 570 here in the US. It could also kind of be like a way to honor a Sarah. The one thing I don't like about it is the little girl in the movies The Ring is named Samara, so that association isn't that great, but I think it's really kind of different and pretty sounding. Number 4 is Sienna. Sienna is an Italian place name. It's also a color, like a burnt kind of orange color. There's an actress, Sienna Miller, who spells her name this way. It's number 241 in popularity, and I think it has a really cool feel to it. Number 3 is Savannah. Savannah is Spanish. It means flat tropical grassland. It's number 42 in popularity. I definitely associate this with the South. Savannah, Georgia is so gorgeous and kind of like mysterious and just beautiful to me. Yeah, and I know a little girl named Savannah, and she goes by Savvy, and she's kind of adorable, so that makes me like this name that much more. Number 2 is Samantha. I wanted to be named Samantha when I was a little girl. I thought Sam was so cute. I had the Samantha American Girl doll, and yeah. Samantha is Hebrew. It's a feminization of Samuel. It means told by God. I do kind of like Sam and Sammy as well. It's pretty popular still. It's number 26 in the US. And number 1 is Scarlett. Scarlett is a name I know a lot of people have been loving lately. It's English. It means red, like a scarlet red color. It's number 61 in popularity. I see this name going up because it's been slowly kind of rising, but I could see it being in the top 20 like in the next year. I think of Scarlett O'Hara, and yeah, I like names like Charlotte, Scarlett, Juliet, like that have that or similar ending. You know where I'm going with this. Yeah, Scarlett is a stunning name. So there are so many S names that I'm not going to do like 10 more. I'm going to do a whole lot more, but I'm going to break them down and not tell you the meaning in the interest of time. I will just kind of scroll these names and briefly say something if something sparks my interest. I'm going to put a number by them. That's how popular they were in 2012. If there's no number, it means they're not in the top 1,000. So here are some of the more traditional sounding S names for girls, and they are Sylvia, Sonia, Stephanie, Shannon, Sharon, Sadie, Sadie's pretty cute, Stacey, Sarah, Sally, which Sally originated as a nickname for Sarah, Susan, Suzanne, and Susannah. So here are some more maybe kind of, I call them unexpected choices, and none of these are in the top 1,000. And they are Selene, Sabiene, Sinead, Saoirse, Siobhan, Soledad, Soraya, Shoshanna, Sequoia, and Sapphire. That's a mouthful. And then here are some kind of like modern or current sounding names, and they are Serenity, Serena, Selena, Schuyler, I'm going to put two spellings, Sailor, Sydney, Sierra, Stella, Shelby, Shayna, Summer, and Story. Story I kind of love too. So those are girls. Let's talk about some boys, yeah? I think we should. Here are some of my favorites. Number 10 is Sinjin. It's Hebrew. It means God is gracious, and it's the phonetic pronunciation of St. John. It's really a guilty pleasure name for me. I think it's just kind of fun to say Sinjin, Sinjin, Sinjin. Try it. Okay. Number 9 is Seamus. I have a thing for Irish names right now, and it's a Irish variation of James, and I really love James, so maybe that's why too. It means supplanter. It's number 839 in popularity. Number 8 is Silas. I've heard a lot of people talking about Silas lately. It's English. It means wood. It's number 161 in popularity. It always reminds me of Silas Marner, which I had to read in high school. I'm sure many of you did too. And then there's a Silas in the show Weeds, and I think that's kind of giving it a little more attention. Number 7 is Scott. Scott I kind of actually just prefer strictly as a middle name, and I think it sounds really handsome with a lot of names. Scott is English. It means from Scotland, and it's number 386 in popularity. Number 6 is Stellan. Stellan is Swedish. It has a little bit of an unknown meaning, but most commonly known meaning would be calm. Stellan is a really strong sounding name. I think it sounds a little too much like Stella, which is like a girl version. Stellan, there's an actor, Stellan Skarsgård. Isn't that like a really strong name for like an actor? I like it. Number 5 is Shiloh. Shiloh has become a unisex name, especially since Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt used it for their little girl. I still think of it as a boy. There was one like kind of hunky guy in my college named Shiloh, and so I think of it as him. He was very masculine and brawny, and I don't know where I'm getting these words from. But so yeah, Shiloh is Hebrew, and it means he who is sent. Number 4 is Spencer, also could be considered unisex. It's English, and it means house steward, and it's number 234 in popularity. Number 3 is Sean. Sean is my little brother's name, and with this spelling, I'm used to it like this, so this is a spelling I prefer. It's the Irish variation of John. It means God is gracious. It's number 144. It's kind of gone down in popularity since my brother was born. I would never use it because I'm pretty sure he will use it for one of his kids somewhere. My family typically, like my brother's middle name is my dad's name. My dad's middle name is his dad's name. Sean kind of makes a weird middle name, but when the time comes, which should not be anytime soon, and he has kids, I will help him out, whether he wants help with names or not. Number 2 is Samuel. I just like Sam. Like I said, Samantha's my number 2 for girls. Samuel is my number 2 for boys. It's Hebrew. It means told by God. It's pretty popular as well. It's number 25. And number 1 is Sebastian. I've loved this name since I was a teenager. It's Latin. It means person from the ancient city of Sebastia. It's number 64. I think Sebastian sounds really nice in other like languages with different accents. I have a friend from Venezuela. I can't say it like her. She says like Sebastian or something. I'm butchering it. There's lots of cool nicknames like Bastion, which reminds me of Neverending Story, Seb, Sebs, Baz, which is kind of fun and funky and modern. Yeah, it doesn't really remind me too much of the little crab from The Little Mermaid, but yeah, I think it's a cool name. And here are some more S names for boys. The traditional ones first are Stephen, Stephen, Solomon, Samson, Simon, Sheldon, reminds me of Sheldon Cooper, Salvador, and Stuart. And some unexpected choices are Salem, Sven, Soren, and Sanjay. And here are a couple modern or current, more like trendy sounding ones, and they are Seth, Sage, definitely unisex name, Sawyer, Sterling, Santiago, Sullivan, Shepherd, Shane, and Stone. So that was a whole lot of S names. I'm sure I forgot one of your favorites. If I did, please write it down in the comments below, or just let me know what names you love or don't love that begin with the letter S. Love to talk to you about them, and I'll see you soon for the letter T. Bye bye.